Hi there, Gemini. Thank you so very much for your patience with this reading. This is your mid-June reading. Of course, energy is fluid, so it may permeate a little before the 1st and a little after the 15th. All right, so we'll keep that in mind. But Gemini, I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and I heard scapegoat. I heard scapegoat. I heard you're going after the world, and the world card popped out as I was shuffling. And the moon popped out right off the edge of the table, okay, horizontally, exactly horizontally, okay, in reverse, to which point the two trees are pointing, almost forming a road, okay, and I'm compelled to place the world at the apex of your reading, so let's move with that. All right. Two major arcana here. Two major arcana. I'm hearing there's something coming to light. Something is coming to light. Shining something for the world. Okay. I'm also hearing you're putting it in and you're gone. You're putting it in and you're gone. It's almost like, it's this feeling of almost like a bid. Okay, a bid. As I said bid, Gemini, I pulled the subdeck. Two of Swords upright, overlaying the High Priestess upright, overlaying the Two of Cups upright. Okay. Two twos sandwiching the High Priestess. Very interesting. The Two of Cups, Two of Swords. Okay, we'll keep that in mind, right? But there's something almost like, this is what I'm feeling for you, Gemini. I'm hearing classic, and I'm seeing classic. Okay, I'm looking on my window, and I have written on my window the word classic, and I'm drawn to it right here, right now for you, Gemini. So whatever that may mean to you, but there's something about like classic resolution. Classic resolution. I'm hearing resolution. Full circle. So there's something here. Okay. Again, I'm getting bid, 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 bid. There's something here, Gemini, that speaks to, it's almost this feeling of I'm getting, for a period of time, right, you felt, I need to almost like put in my vote. Do I want to go left or do I want to go right? Right? Are the, once the horses in the stable are set free, right? Am I, how do I envision the future for the whole game? The whole game. So think big picture. That's what I'm getting for you, Gemini. Think big picture. And it's almost like, right, there's this oscillation of energy that moves very quickly. Right? It's almost like a reverberation in a very small room until there's a certain point where you feel, I gotta put in my vote, punching that ticket, right? Yes, I'm going this way. No, I'm not going that way, right? And it's almost like, right, with closed eyes, you're like, that's it. Okay, I put my vote in, right? And you step away from it. But there's this resoluteness with which you are solidifying your stance, grounding what I'm hearing is yours. And I got this similar energy for you in June, okay, about staking the claim. I believe that was the title of the video, right? But there's something here for you where I'm also getting, it's a very little decision, right? It's a very fine-tuned sort of almost answer or discernment, but it reflects something much bigger, right? Much, much bigger. And I keep getting like horses, almost like bidding on something about stables, bidding on horse racing, something like that, whether that's literal for you in any kind of way, whether that's metaphorical, right? But there's something about the broader game, zooming out, and you did pull the world, right? Very zoomed out perspective. So there's something, you recognize that whatever this decision is that you're making speaks to a grander scale, right? Of momentum. I'm hearing momentum, effect, channeling. I'm hearing channeling. Whatever this information even is that you, I'm hearing discernment, that you are required to come to a close with, that you are to come to a point of absolute clarity with, right? Perhaps even intellectually, rationally, right? Seeing it black on white. You pulled the Justice card. Right over the Wheel of Fortune. Whoa, 2 major arcana, significant major arcana. One speaking to what comes after, right? The decision. What comes after? What's the next chapter from this point of, I'm also hearing indecision, right? So it's almost like this shift. But I feel that you've known what it is that you're headed towards, where you are being guided by your intuition. Right? And it may pertain to matters of love, but I'm getting for a number of you finances as well. This subdeck spun my moss agate stone, which speaks to finances, abundance, speaks to the earth element, grounding. So again, there's something about this decision that you feel will also, it's almost like making this decision, I know, right, will in some shape or form stabilize me, right, in the world that I seek. It's almost like, where are you going to put your flag down, right? And I just see you like on the beach. I see you on the beach with this big flag, and you're wandering, right? And you're wandering in the heat and in the sun, and I sooner or later got to put up this umbrella, right? And the flag, right? The umbrella, knowing that where I decide, it's a very small, subtle sort of decision. Am I going to put it 10 meters from the shore, or am I going to, right? Am I going to perch it on that sandy mound over yonder, right? What is it going to be? The decision is simple, but yet again, right? Its effects are profound, and we see that here with this duo, Justice and the Wheel of Fortune. So, heed your intuition. I almost said Libra. And this is Libra's card. Heed your intuition. If you know Libra, if you have a Libra rising or ascendant sign, then you may want to check that video out. But I haven't done it yet, so I don't quite know. You guys are the first horse out of the stable, all right? But, right, so I'm not sure what the overlap may be between you and Libra, but one way or another, there is a heeding of intuition. And I'm also hearing for a number of you where perhaps in the past there's been this rosy colored sort of perception, right? It's almost like, I see you on the beach yet again. I see you on the beach and it's almost like the heat. You see the heat, okay? That's blurring the horizon of the water with the sky and the sand right in front of you. It's almost like that perception, okay, was in some shape or form hindered, okay? And it may have been out of your hands, Gemini, but now comes the time where you're like, I need to see the horizon of the water very clearly from where the sky begins. And similarly where I'm standing, right? And myself, how many paces I am from the water, right? And the horizon. So there's something here, Gemini, about I'm seeing you and I'm hearing you repetitively over and over, flag in the sand, in the ground, staking your claim. This is where I belong. This is what I want to see of myself, and to see of myself in the world from, as well, the zoomed out perspective. Right? So there's this zooming in and zooming out, and recognizing that it's in this final moment, right, of this decision, once and for all. What is the world that I want to step into, that I want to create? Because if I go left, something's going to happen. If I go right, something's going to happen. So it's a matter of, what do I want, right? What do I align with? Because it's that vibration, Gemini, right, that speaks to the alignment of you, mind, body, soul, that feeds right, feeds your future. Okay, so it's about setting that vibration. It's about setting that tone. And it's almost like just emitting it. Just emitting it yet again, right? Whatever this decision is, it could be so, again, so subtle. So subtle, Gemini. Just vibrationally, right? Even energetically recognizing, oh, you know what? I align with this. That's what I align with. That's my personal truth. And at that point, right, there's a response. There's a response. Just as there always is, right, with energy. So, you're recognizing that it's all in your hands. It's all in your approach as well. I'm hearing that on how you approach this world. What's the angle, right? How do I want to establish myself? I'm hearing firm, firm. There's a need to absolutely once and for all, firm, 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 right? Very clear discernment, black on white, right? The sky from the sand from the water. And stepping along, right, that path, Gemini, of bringing the illumination of your personal truth and your personal sense of conviction through is what lights the way. Through the, right, the fog, the blur, the darkness, right, the heat. Okay. There's something pacifying about this energy where you come into your own and you come only into your own. So where perhaps you had been living outside of yourself in some kind of way, you're now coming to, I'm also hearing a close. You're coming to a close. The final hurrah. Okay, Gemini, significant. You pulled a number of twos, 2 of Cups, 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. Whatever this shift is, even if it just simply is of perception, right? It speaks to your independence, your sense of security, stability, right? Absolutely could be in terms of finances, career. 2 of Pentacles, earth energy. You recognize yet again, it's about me coming down to my truth. What is that for me? Philosophy of love, philosophy of marriage. I'm hearing that for a number of you as well, especially, right? The interaction between these 2 cards speaks to that sort of pondering, rumination on what will emotionally satisfy me? What's going to do it for me? On that kind of level. Not just, right, for the thrill, right, of it. Not just for the simplistic enjoyment, not just for the human sort of contact even, but spiritually in this dimension, like 5D. How does my perception of love and my experience of love and my expectation of love change, right? When I now live from this place of higher, I'm hearing learning for a number of you, higher power, that you coming into your own, how does that change how you see yourself interacting with others? It's profound, Gemini. You're coming into your absolute own, and you recognize that that's the priority. That is the priority, coming into, whoa, Gemini. This is significant. Significance in, okay. I just split this deck intuitively. Right, and these 3 cards are at the base. 7 of Wands in reverse, overlaying the Sun in reverse, major arcana, overlaying the Chariot upright, another major arcana, pursuing your passion, your fire, your flame, your drive, but in a way that is so real. And I'm hearing death for some of you. That's so deaf, whatever that may mean to a number of you, right? But I'm also, it's almost as if it's the singling out of the senses, right? Just tuning out everything, right? All the white noise, muting, putting everything around you on mute so that you operate solely from that place, so that you can tap into, right, whatever that engine is that drives you, that drives your soul forward, and that stabilizes you, right, all the while. The Chariot is, I'm hearing for some of you, homebound. Okay, this is Cancer's card, water energy, but absolutely it can speak to your very own. And either way, the Chariot reminds us that it's not necessarily, right, the freescape that stabilizes us. It's the alliance that we have moving down the path that speaks to us on that very deep level, right? This moon on the third eye chakra area of this stallion, right? That's what stabilizes us, but doesn't shackle us to whatever it is that we call our own, right? It's not stationary. So there's something about the theme of horses, the theme of the stable, and being set free from the stable, however you take that, Gemini. Right. But it's something that is very enchanting, that you feel speaks to you on a level that is, again, unspoken and unheard as well. Beautiful. Let me tune in here for you, Gemini. 1 second. Gemini, so in regards to this decision, whatever it may be for you, we see in the past, right, that there may have been this, again, this oscillation, the reverberation of even your thoughts inside of your mind. 9 of Swords in reverse, you're setting that down, whatever that is. And it's almost like, everyone be quiet. I'm punching my ticket. I'm putting in my vote. I'm aligning with myself for shuttle takeoff, right? It's like, I have to come to that point of stillness, mind, body, soul. And that silence even, to even be able to hear and heed and feel where my intuition and my soul is ultimately guiding me. Right? And you pulled the Father of Cups beneath the 9 of Swords. So, Cancer may be on the table. Cancer, the sign. You pulled the Major Arcana card for Cancer, the Chariot, and the Father of Cups. So absolutely, if you know a Cancer, if you know a Cancer rising sign or moon sign, then you may want to check that video out. I haven't done it quite yet. So I don't know where the overlap may be for you or Cancer together. So either way, though, you may want to check that video out if you feel there could be some overlap. Now, Father of Cups is in reverse and flying into the reverse 3 of Swords. Interesting. Behind which we have the 5 of Swords in reverse. So there's something, that song by Evanescence, I believe it's by Evanescence, I'm going under, something like that. Definitely with the lyrics going under. I'm going under. Okay, so something, I'm going under. Whatever that may mean to you. Okay, I feel that there has been this for a number of you. I'm hearing under the influence. Okay, but what I'm feeling is it's like the same kind of feeling when you're at the beach, right? And it's so hot. The heat is so strong, right? That everything is blurry and you just see the heat rising and you're unable to, it's almost like, right, in the desert. Where am I? Is that an oasis that I see? Or is it a mirage, right? So now, where in the past perhaps, right, moon, a certain level of mystery, okay, darkness, not able to discern clearly, again, as I said earlier, it may not have even been your very own doing, right? It's almost like so whatever this energy may be, it's almost like until this point, I was unable in some way to make sense of what it was I was experiencing or seeing or feeling. And there's this recognition that trying to make sense of the nonsensical, even of the of what is just purely rational or logical, keeps you in the state of, it's like swimming underwater. Buoyancy, something about buoyancy reversed, keeps you also, I'm hearing, out of your element. So something, right, about the process of discernment is coming clear, right? It's not even about the decision. It's not even about, right, where does the sand meet the sky? Where am I standing in relation to the sand in the sky? It's really beyond that. How am I even determining where I stand? Right? And so if this was a situation that kept you hanging, okay, or like cyclicals, like cycles of almost like confusion of internal confusion, you're waking up from that. You're waking up from that. You're like, oh, I have all these 9 swords, set them aside. I'm coming with 1 sword, right? And how am I deciding, on what side of this sword am I deciding to stand? Right? So what was obscure, what was whatever you subsisted, I'm hearing, on or with, whatever you compromised for in some kind of way, I'm also hearing compromise of time. It's all coming to a head. And again, you're seeing, right? You're seeing not the decision that you're making just for the sake of what's the decision you're making, right? Am I going to go left or right, right? Am I, which horse am I betting on? It's really like this decision that I'm making, how I even approach this decision-making process, how does that lead me, right, into the world that I dream of, that I've been waiting for, 9 of Cups, overlaying the Hanged Man, that I've been waiting to find my clarity with. Right? What's going to do it for me? 9 of Cups. I know there is more out there for me. What is it, right, that's going to speak, Ace of Swords, to my yearning? Hanged Man, hanging, waiting for day to come. Right? So where you've been remaining in a I'm also getting a state of hypnosis, right? And whether that's literal or metaphorical, right? Whatever, however you may take it, right? There's this readiness, absolute readiness, to transmute the past, to transmute stagnancy. Right? It's almost like I see you like waking up, like you've been standing on this beach, and this image is so strong for you, Gemini, right? Of this beach, and you're like, all of a sudden, right? It's like, I can't see anything. It's so blurry, right? All of the heat, all I just see is the heat. All I feel is the heat. I even hear the heat at this point, right? It's like, and then all of a sudden, you wake up. Like, you've been awake, but you wake up and you realize, whoa, like, wait, hold on. I've been standing on this beach, waiting, right, for the weather to change. When I've been holding my umbrella in my hand the whole time, right? Waiting to plant it in the sand, right? And I'm hearing begin again and begin again. And start anew. And start anew. There's something about refreshment. There's something about refreshment and recognizing that it's your turn, Gemini. The clock, right, has struck 9, 12, but I'm hearing 9 for you. So there's something, it's momentous, it's a tidal wave of recognition. Okay, that's the way it's coming to me. And so let's get to the spread. You pulled the Daughter of Swords in reverse. Okay, deep past. 8 of Wands upright, recent past. 10 of Cups in reverse. Energetic pathway that you stepped into that led you to your current state. The 6 of Pentacles in reverse. 9 of Pentacles in reverse in your advice, leading to the Tower in reverse in your near future. The Magician upright in your hopes and or fears. If you can catch that with the lighting there. Final outcome is the 4 of Cups in reverse, coming out with it all, Gemini, especially in regards to emotions. However, it's like whatever, what you've been feeling, okay, almost like underneath the surface that has been somewhat muted, okay, is coming out. And it's almost like right when you wake up in that moment, you're no longer in the lull. And you start speaking, and you start moving, and you start deciding and discerning and coming to the clarity that you know is only, right, of your own. How do you see it? Your perspective. What is your stance? What's your side of the story? Right? So, whatever that is for you, you're taking the bull by the horns, you're deciding for yourself, you're taking the umbrella and you're staking it. Now, it's a process. It is a process, Gemini, okay, of waking up, right? Of waking up. And it's almost like, right, imagine that you've been in this deep, deep sleep, right? It's almost like groggy. And you've been sleeping for so long that once you wake up, it's like this slow awakening of the lion from its lair, okay? And everything, there's some catch-up time. And there's a little bit of a time lag until your focus comes into focus, right? Until you really see things, right? Your lens, you just get it just right. And then it all makes sense. And you wake up and you're like, oh, I was just dreaming. It's like that sort of feeling, Gemini, right? It's like a haze-like feeling. And so it's a process, right? Tower in reverse, it's a process. And it's almost happening in slow motion, right? It's almost happening, like the tower's in reverse and all of, I'm almost seeing like as if the tower, the tree, I'm seeing like luggage. I'm seeing boxes, moving boxes, luggage, books. I'm seeing stuff flying out of, it's almost like containers flying out of this treetop. But they're falling in slow motion. So it's almost like you need to even be there through the whole process of watching it all, right, come out. All the while participating in that, right, on your end. It's all coming down. It's all coming out. I might as well, right, come out with my personal truth as well. What is my, I'm hearing flashlight. What is my flashlight? Where is my flashlight? Whatever that may mean to some of you. Okay. Let me say this, Gemini, you recognize whatever the situation is, you've got to take charge of that. Son of Wands looking over into the future, accompanied by this 4 of Cups in reverse. Ultimate transmutation, of emotional stagnancy, okay? And you're ready to do it. You're like, bring it on, okay? Bring it on. Because now that I'm awake and now that I see, I've been looking the whole time, but now I really see. And because of that, right? Because of that, I am ready to face and take on and make the decisions that I need to make that will lead me into this world of which I dream, of which I've dreamt for so very long. 9 of Cups again, right? In your theme. So you also pull the Magician. Powerful energy, right? Below, more or less, the Son of Wands, looking over at the 4 of Cups in reverse. You're unabashed, okay? You're unabashed. And totally surrendering to whatever this experience is that requires of you to put your truth on display, to say what you need to say, to do what you need to do. There's no shying, right, from it. Even emotionally, you're like, hey, these are my emotions. This is what I feel. This is what I felt. And communicating this, I feel, brings me closer to my truth. Now, 4 of Wands, horizontally laid, right beneath the moon, parallel. Okay, you pull 2 4s, 4 of Wands and 4 of Cups. Very interesting. Lots of duplicity, right? And multiples of 2, 4. Okay, you pulled the 8 of Wands. Okay, another multiple of 2, 4. And right here, beneath your Ace of Swords, you have the 4 of Swords. Lots of swords here. Okay, speaking to the intellectual mind. And the rationalization of, again, what is... I'm getting it like this, Gemini. It's like, you could not, no amount of thinking or ruminating by way of the logical mind could have clarified this. It was a matter, again, of perception, of the whole, right, situation, and seeing yourself within the decision-making process. Almost like aerial view, watching yourself on the beach. That kind of, right, shift. So it's not that it all makes sense now suddenly by way of your intellectual mind. It's again the awakening. Okay. Nonetheless, another 8. 8 of Cups in reverse. Temperance, looking over the 8 of Cups in reverse, right? Like, let's transmute this. 4 of Cups in reverse. You're coming out with that finally once and for all. Okay. And the Magician's ready for it. Magician's like, let's do it. Let's transmute. I am now, I see what I'm working with, right? And I'm on standby, right? Prepared to make the shift that I need to make. Are we moving worlds, right? Well, right, if I come to the clarity, right, yet again, and I'm getting especially soul, right, soul clarity, okay, this is Justice, right, this is Libra's card, but there's something here about the centrality that I'm zeroing in on for you. Coming to that stark, right, even third eye clarity of seeing, where you're like, as long as I'm making my decisions from this place, right? And bearing in mind that the world is a world of possibilities, I'm ready to step into whatever, right, is the byproduct of that truth. Wherever that takes me in the world. Because I know that I'm moving down that path yet again, right? With my inborn stability of the alliance between my mind, my body, and my soul. And that's all I need, right? To traverse through whatever lands, right? Take me where I know I'm destined to go, where I know I've wanted to go for so very long, so very long. And ultimately, it speaks to my independence as an ultimate, hearing sovereign being. If you can catch this judgment card in all of its glory, so to speak. Right? This bird just taking off. Right at the apex, right? Very similar to this Two of Pentacles, this butterfly. And it speaks to whatever it is that you are passionate about, right? It's that resurgence of fire, desire, but yet again, not that which is just for the sake of the moment, but that which you feel will feed and fuel you along, right? Whatever this journey is, the path towards creation, magician. It's alchemical. Alchemical. And so, right, you pulled a 10 as well. Okay. 10 of Cups in reverse. You pulled the Son of Swords. Son of Swords in your environment, flying into the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay. There's this merging for you. There is this merging for you, Gemini, of yet again, right? Intellectual mind and the emotional reality. And you're looking at everything, right? Yet again, not from the persistence of the intellectual mind. It's all a balance now. Right? It's all a balance. And that's where you meet yourself, Gemini. That's where you meet yourself. And it's so beautiful. And it's so wondrous. It's so wondrous. And it speaks to the possibilities. And you recognize that you live, right, in this world as a part of this universe, in this dimension of possibilities. I'm zeroing in on the moon on both of these cards, High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune. Right? So there's the clarity. Absolutely, the clarity that you're coming to that is greatly, again, unspoken, even I'll say unsensed, but just embodied and pursued. All right, Gemini. So thank you so very much. Have a beautiful June, and I will see you soon. Bye.